Ayun, ito kay Anyan mo yun.
Anyana, pero nasa
Itong bone?
Hindi, yung librong walang sulay.
Alin ba? Ito ba? May hinanap.
Sino pwedeng tagahawak na?
Si Christy.
Pwedeng makinig yun. Joke. Oh, good morning. Today's lesson includes the Norma, Basalis, Externa. The external view of the base of the sky. Okay, okay. So, merong hard palate. So, yung hard palate is composed of two bones. The palatine process of the maxilla and the horizontal plate of the palatine bone. So, meron kang median palatal suture, which is composed of the intermaxillary suture and also the interpalatine suture. And then, meron ka ding maxillopalatal suture or the palato-maxillary suture. Or the suture of... Tapos, meron kang incisive foramen. So, the way to the foramen is called the incisive fossa. Incisive fossa, then incisive foramen. Tapos, from there, meron ka ding incisive papilla. The incisive papilla is the soft tissue elevation that covers the area of the incisive foramen. Again, incisive fossa, incisive foramen, yung pinakabutas. Then you have the alveolar process kung saan naka-attach ang mga teeth. Yes, alam din naka-incisive. Tapos, meron ka ding incisive fossa. Yun nga yun. Tapos, horizontal plate, meron kang greater and lesser. Ang greater is always anteriorly, greater palatine foramen. And then the lesser palatine foramen is located posteriorly. Mas kita sa model. So this is, yes, selfish bitch. This is the palatine foramen. This is the greater palatine foramen. And then the lesser palatine foramen. Okay? There and there. Okay. Let's go. Tapos, this is the maxillary tuberosity. And then after which, meron tayong posterior nasal spine. Itong patasok. And then the vomer. Model, please. So we have the vomer. The vomer that completes the median wall of the nasal cavity. It's called the vomer. And then, in here, we have the medial and the lateral pterygoid plates in the model. Medial and lateral pterygoid plates. Medial and the lateral pterygoid plates. Now, we have the scaphoid fossa and the pterygoid fossa. The pterygoid fossa is located in between the two pterygoid plates. Medial, lateral pterygoid plate, pterygoid fossa. Then you'll see this elevation. So ito yung naghahati sa pterygoid fossa and the scaphoid fossa. In the model, this is the pterygoid fossa and then yun yung naghahati the scaphoid fossa. Now we have the hamulus, which is located sa medial pterygoid plate. So this is the hamulus. Model, please. And you may direct your attention to the model. And then we have ito. Kaya yung model na din. Ganyan. So meron tayong greater wing, di ba? In the greater wing, we'll see the foramen ovale. And then we also have the foramen spinosum in the model. Ayun siya. Tapos, we have the pterygoid spine. So, yung spine, ito. dito, ito siya. Ang gulo ba? Tapos, meron ding groove for auditory tube which is between the ovale and the lacerum. Lacerum is medial. Lacerum. Tapos, the groove. Ito yung groove for auditory tube. Ovale, lacerum, the groove for auditory tube. Ovale, lacerum, groove for auditory tube. Now, for the temporal bone. So, ito yung, what is this, audience? Mandibular tubercle. Very good, Miss Agade. Tapos, ito ang mandibular fossa. The pterygotympanic fissure is between the petrotympanic fissure is between the petrous part and the tympanic part. So, kung dito, mas kita siya. Tympanic, petrous, yung buong line is the petrotympanic fissure. So, kung dito, it's somewhere in between this. Kasi, itong malaking plate, ito ang tympanic plate. Tympanic plate. Ha? Wait lang. So, tapos, dito is the styloid process. The styloid foramen, nasa likod niya. Ayun. Styloid foramen.
I can remember.
There. Model, please turn to your right. There. Haba na ba? Tapos, so dito, ito siya. Kasi, dito ang styloid. It's nabali. Tapos, the mastoid process. So, from the mastoid process, we go medial, the mastoid notch. And then, we go medial again, the occipital groove. So, in the model please, model. Mastoid process, the mastoid notch. And then, dito is the occipital groove. Yung area kung saan may naka-elevate. Tapos, carotid canal. Ito. Jugular foramen or the jugular fossa. Foramen lacerum. In the model, carotid canal, jugular foramen, and then lacerum. Lacerum. So, for the occipital bone includes the basilar part. In the middle of the basilar part, you'll see a small elevation that's called the pharyngeal tubercle. Tubercle, okay. Not tubercle, tubercle. Tubercle, somewhere in that area. Okay. Then this is the condylar part. You have the condyle. And then you have the condylar fossa and the condylar canal in the posterior or behind the condyle. And then the hypoglossal canal in front of the condyle. Ito siya. Bas kita dun sa model. Model, please. Condyle. Condylar canal. And also the condylar fossa. The fossa is the depression in the area of the canal. Okay. And then we have the hypoglossal canal here. Oh, I did that right. And then we have the external occipital crest. Then the external occipital protuberance or the Miss Gregana. I said Miss Gregana. And then from here, the superior nuchal line. And then the inferior nuchal line. And then, as a review of the foramina, we have the incisive canal, the greater palatine, the lesser palatine, which is somewhere in there, in the posterior. And then we have the stylomastoid. And then we have the carotid canal. And then tympanic canaliculus. Canaliculus meaning it's a small canal, which is very small. and not vital to the study. Yes, sige. Tapos, we have the tympanomastoid fissure, which is in between the tympanic and the mastoid process. If this is the tympanic, this is the mastoid, this is the... Again, I cannot hear you. Tympanomastoid fissure! Okay, so this hole is... No, this hole is B. Thank you.
Yun, no?